This is our OKR. You guys are going to see this soon, but this is like a little sneak peek. And we've essentially boiled down the general consensus of the service into several parts. The first one, and the main brigade behind every decision moving forward, and as to why you need to optimize your health, and why even take any action items or steps towards making this a priority in your life. Automate and optimize your health so you can reliably play the long and brutal game of business for longer and better. Obviously, living a better life, feeling like a god, living like a billionaire, finding your tribe, and looking like a superhero. We'll start with feeling like a god. What does this mean? How can we guarantee it? And what are exactly some of the tangibles behind that? Essentially, 3xing your getting shit done ability through nutrition and sleep using DNA backed data. Now, that sounds like a big mouthful, but I'll show you one of our clients. His name's Julio. Julio's crushing it right now. He's lost 7 pounds since he started working with us. Stress level hormones have balanced out at around 34. This is tracked with Garmin and the Garmin scale as well. We're just waiting on his biome results, and I'll show you what active biome results look like for clients as well. But Julio is doing a terrific job at being able to 3x his getting shit done ability. And this is because we've set this up for him. And you guys can set this up for yourself. There's no gatekeeping around here. The first thing is uncovering genetic strengths and weaknesses using Biome. Biome, if you haven't heard of it, I'll pull it up right now, is essentially a data testing package where you take your saliva, stool, and blood, and it gives out certain compositions based on what your genetic imbalances and tolerances and weaknesses are so that you can better track them and heighten them. I'll send you an example of Biome. Somewhere in this video, you'll see like a PDF, so that's attached to it, so you can better understand it. A 4 BPM blood test, body composition scan, and a gut health test. Blood test with 4 BPM. 4 BPM, our great friend Ben over in Florida does our blood tests for our clients as well as ourselves. And what 4 BPM does is it essentially gives you a clear panel as to exactly the parts of the body that you need to heighten in on when it comes down to your testosterone, when it comes down to your liver, your kidney, etc. Boom, your 4 BPM score, an average score compromising of your heart health, kidney health, thyroid, blood, NADs, methylation, vitamins and minerals, metabolism, you name it, everything about your body in one place with clear, actionable sliding scale metrics on exactly what you have to work on to find better results with the food that you're consuming, how you're exercising, how you're feeling, etc. Once you do a blood test with Ben, he'll give you all of these clear-cut action items on how to better optimize and how to better suit data so that you're able to make more optimized decisions when it comes down to what you're ingesting and how you're living your life. And this is a full report, and this is compromise of the blood test that you do. A DEXA body composition scan, I'll pull up Julio's because it's a great example, will give you left and right arm imbalances as well as your true BMR, right? No more guessing with caloric calculations. No more guessing with meal plans. You're going to know exactly what your body needs in terms of sustaining caloric function. And Julio's BMR is 1609. Now, this is an exact number based on exactly his fat mass, bone mass, and his muscle mass. Now, the science-backed version of it is able to take an actual measurement, said, not just guessing in the dark, and pointing out imbalances. And we're adjusting for this by getting his trainer and his RMT to target the areas that he's weakest in, left and right arm imbalances. When Julio's boxing, he's going to do a couple more punches to his left arm because of that mass difference and coherence with his right arm. These are just some small little golden nuggets that I'm sharing when it comes down to all these tests, but you can check them out down below. I'll link all the tests so that you guys can all see exactly what each test means and what it does for the body. And once all these tests and data are consolidated, you're going to combine them in a spreadsheet, and you're going to be able to see exactly what overview you need for the body. Now, that you can take the biome and blood test insights and build a custom meal plan that is specific for you so that you know the foods that you need to be avoiding and the foods that propel you forward the most. Mastering sleep, this could be finding your sleep chronotype with Oura Ring or just taking in sleep optimization equipment as well. Mental strength, master book lists, self-actualization materials. Clear-cut action items on how to 3x your productivity. And this is a non-negotiable, right? If you're consuming exactly what's tailored for you to combat your imbalances and you're training in a manner to which to offset your body's disbalances with DEXA, with Biome, etc., you're going to find much more benefit when it comes down to your overall health, longevity, balance, right? You're not going to have problems with touching your knees when you're older. Cancer worries are going to be completely omitted. You're going to live longer. You're going to perform so much better just because you have those insights rather than just shooting in the dark. Other aspect, looking like a superhero. Now, this part's super, super simple. Here's Dylan, one of our other clients that's getting an RMT assessment that is specifically pointing out all of his imbalances. And I'll show you exactly what Dylan's training plan looks like right now. And you're going to wonder and be like, why is it not super crazy? Why is it not like loading weight on? Well, simply because Dylan has so many imbalances that in order to heighten in and to get a good idea of exactly how to better adjust the body for those regards, he needs to first readjust. Now, this is easier said than done, but let's take a look at his training plan to see what that looks like. Core lengthening, light chest and back, shoulder love and barbell deadlift rewiring. Just overall movements that benefit the overall balance of the body. We're not going to be loading on 2 plates and benching with Dylan. No, the game plan here is much more different because he needs to get in a state where he's not in pain when he's sleeping anymore. Where he's not waking up and feeling his lower back tightness and how it's taking away from all of his decision making in business. If you're sitting at a chair like I am all day long and your lower back is killing you, you're only going to be thinking about that from the moment you get up to the moment you get off the chair. And that will affect so many things when it comes down to making the right calls in business, getting on sales calls, closing deals, managing your team, etc. And that way, once you're able to eliminate those injuries through recovery and do the mobility based on what the RMT says, in coherence with some cold plunging, weekly sauna, steam room, stuff like that, you're going to feel extremely rejuvenated and you're going to set your body in a state of non-compromise when it comes down to your recovery. Sleep is going to be through the roof. Everything is just going to be getting better because you're focusing on your weaknesses. Now, you can build your fitness plan into Training Peaks like we have, and the beauty behind Training Peaks is that it connects with Garmin. If you're doing a run, for example, your Garmin will yell at you to stay in the specific zones based on your max heart rate. Obviously, you have a test for that, so I'll link that down below as well, the max heart rate test. And once the Garmin knows what areas in which you need to run in, etc., you will be able to better identify and better call out exactly how to run and in what zone. The Garmin is going to yell at me if my heart rate is over 134 to 143 BPM, if I'm Dylan, for example. All of it in Training Peaks, all of it tracked week by week, active progressions, active insights coming in from the Garmin that sync up with the Aura as well, and the scale too. Now, when it comes down to finding your tribe, you want to drop all your brokies and join a community of high value individuals where you feel stupid every single day. And essentially what this means is by having this high value network, jumping on calls, building relationships, finding groups, you're going to see your lifestyle absolutely propel through the roof. And this is obviously seen in mass networking events, collaborations, and just new clients coming in the door. Finally, living like a billionaire is just creating a system and a team that fulfills all of this for you. In the near future, we're going to give you the assets, the training, the hiring stack, everything that you need to hire a professional housekeeper that builds meals in your home that are coherent with the biome. They're going to get a meal plan that's specific, and I'll show you what this looks like on Canva. Depending on the client's imbalances and intolerances, we build specific meal plans that are heightened to better suit the digestion as well as the optimization of our clients. Andreas, for example, has different types of foods that respond best to his immune system and also to his gut health. For example, Andreas can have tomatoes and a ton of red meat, but if we source the proper sources of those ingredients, we'll see immense improvements in his overall fitness and his ability to lose weight, inability to propel forward, move forward, etc. We have some beef there, obviously, but that's at a high source, organic, lean ground beef, acai bowls, etc. Everything is custom made and is specific to what the clients need to eat. The next thing is obviously going to be the software, the dashboard where all of this connects. And we're still finding out a way to do this at scale, but essentially you can track all of these metrics and data in a spreadsheet where it will all tell you and will consolidate based on what factors are non-negotiables for you. And next is obviously blocking off your calendar to better suit meal times, to better suit what times you need to wake up at to function, to better suit just overall senses when it comes down to what your chronotype is, what your morning routine looks like. Get your morning sunlight in, drink a glass of mineral water, take your supplements, take caffeine 2.5 hours after you wake up, specific meal times, RMT visits, housekeepers, etc. It's all there and it's all in one place. Now you're actually not going to fall off with your health because you have it in a centralized place. You have it as non-negotiables for you. That's separate from your work, right? Obviously, if you had all this in your calendar, it would take away from those meetings and stuff like that. But having it separate is terrific because that way you're able to see and cross-reference, oh, this is my personal calendar, and then this is my work calendar. So creating an extraneous factor with night routines, non-negotiable rest times, etc. is going to be key. And all of this together will get you to 150, ideally. That's our goal. So lots more to come. Super excited to share this with everybody. And just some how it's useful factors. You're going to be able to check your fridge and see, you're going to be able to check your phone and see exactly what's in your fridge and what you're eating every single day. You're constantly going to be targeting weaknesses with live metrics coming in. So if like your sleep's weak, you're going to know the day of, and you're going to be able to better suit yourself and go to bed earlier to get a better night's rest to perform better tomorrow. Biome intolerances, when you're going out, you can literally just pull up your phone, and I told you I'd show you another biome, so here it is. Like Andreas's, for example, when he goes out, he can see what superfoods he's going to respond best with. If he's eating out for a client dinner or whatever, here are the superfoods that he will respond best with. And some of the avoid foods, these are the things that he can have a lot of or need to be sourced very highly in order for him not to react negatively. And these are just some small factors that will immediately propel you. Keeping yourself on track with your health using leaderboards, having your team, having people that are just as committed as you are, and tracking exactly where they stand will keep you undeniably more accountable. Having stagnant data and seeing how your blood work and your gut health all tie into your overall well-being. What do those insights tell us? For the first time in history, we're going to be taking RMT insights. We already are taking RMT insights, blood work, gut health, etc., and cross-referencing it in one place. Immediately being able to identify, obviously, those intolerances and imbalances, and no more shooting in the dark. You're not going to have to worry about getting cancer down the line. You're not going to have to worry about getting sick as much. It will all be centralized in your software, or obviously in your case it'll be like a spreadsheet, depending on how extensive you want to go with it. And then boom, that's how you build out a self-sustaining health system with the in-house team, with the RMT insights, with the data testing, and by finding your group.